Paltrocast.
Well, thank you for taking the time. It's great to be speaking with you again. The last time I spoke with you, it was you and like 15 screens at the same time. And you're going, oh, I'm kind of ignoring Laura. So a pleasure to be speaking with you one-on-one.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to interview me as well. It was pretty refreshing last time, and I hope that we get to speak a bit more today.
Indeed. Well, you have the Casa Grande background up, and that's the latest project. I mean, IMDb pegs you to other stuff, but I assume, tell me if I'm wrong here, Casa Grande is the greatest thing you ever worked on, and infinite pride about it.
I do have to say this has been by far the best project I've ever done, especially because it impacts the life of the people who actually watch it, and it's not just for entertainment, but it has a more meaningful purpose, and I feel very privileged to be part of it.
It is a really impressive, because usually as a writer, when you get the pitch, you see one or two production names next to half the cast, you know, so-and-so, Spider-Man, you know, that kind of thing. Everyone had extensive credits because clearly they all want to work on this. Who or what was it that drew you into Casa Grande?
I mean, additionally to representing just the 6.6% of Latin roles in streaming services per the latest UCLA Hollywood Diversity Report, having a female Latin director and a cast like the one I shared the series with is more than enough of a reason. But the main aspect that appealed to me was Paula itself. I feel like we had so much in common. And although I can't say I can relate to the challenges she had in regard to her legal status, I have lost friends in the process of migration, and that impacted my life greatly. So to be able to portray these challenges and shine light onto the injustices is a privilege itself.
Right. Well, not to make it the Darren interview, but the past week I was actually in El Paso, Texas, coincidentally, which was ground zero for Title 42 stuff. And I didn't know until I was there this past week that there's people who live in Mexico, walk across the border, go to public school in Texas, and walk back every single day. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found out about that a couple years ago when I went on to Mexicali to do a job, and I met a lot of people that cross the border on a daily basis to be able to get a better education and also to increase their chances to get into an American college. So yes, it's pretty impressive the amount of sacrifice that migrants have to do in order to have quality of life.
Right. So this is one of those projects that, of course, migrant life is always in the headlines, but none more than ever the past month or so because of that. So it's one of those coincidental things that I'm sure when you were making it, you were going, this means a lot. But now could you have imagined that it'd be now that this would be happening and it'd be the spotlight would that much be on the issue as it is now?
I mean, when we started the series, it was already a pretty big headline with the kids, the situation with the kids in cage and like the separation of family and whatnot. Now it's even more present, and I can't verbalize how much impact it has done, because not only the people that have gone through it can identify and feel feel seen, but also a lot of people don't even have awareness over this matter. Just a couple of days ago, my mother-in-law called me crying, saying that she did not know the extent of what migrants go through, and now that she knows, she wants to participate and assist in any way. So it is a conversation that has been ignored for a bit, and I'm just glad that this project brings it to light and that I can participate in it and make an impact in society.
Well, I think credit also goes to Lauren, the wonderful showrunner, because a lot of people, when they do lighthearted fare, like a California Christmas, when they wind up in the Christmas pigeonhole, maybe they would only work on that kind of stuff. And for her to take a risk with a more profound project like this, I'm sure there's a lot of people going, nah, stick to the sunny, funny stuff, you know?
Yes, I apologize. I got an interruption there. Um, Lauren is an amazing showrunner, an amazing human being. The quality of who she is as an individual shows in everything that she does. And so does Aliyah Shar as well. He also was part of the writers' room. He's the producer
Right.
and basically the creator of this project along with Lauren. And they both have such great heart, and they are so invested in making this world a better place that it kind of shows in every project that they do. It's forward, it's different on every project. Their approach to every circumstance they present is refreshing, and I feel privileged to be part of the ESX family as it is, and to know them individually and call them my friends.
Yeah, to actually like the people you work with is a
Yes.
pretty impressive thing right there. So yes, Casa Grande is the focal point of this, but are you allowed to say what's coming next for you?
Oh my goodness. I was on an interview earlier, and I was saying I have pitched so many ideas to what's next with Paula. I have said, let's dig into her past in Mexico. Let's talk about her life with her family so that people have a better notion of where she comes from, and have that diversity, because we assume that everybody that comes to the state has the same type of background. And I think it's important to also shine light as to these are normal everyday individuals. They're just from different countries, and they're experimenting different circumstances once they get to the US, because people, they don't understand their background, and so they assume they're all the same. They're criminals, and they
Hmm.
must come to no good, or they're illegal migrants who just want to get away with whatever. um but I've been like pushing and talking about that, talking about the new romance, talking about what happened once she left. I don't want to say more because I feel like I'm gonna give spoilers, but if you want to find out, please support Casa Grande and ask for Paula all you can.
Right to the Freevee folks and all that. And is IMDb correct that you're also going to be seen in a short film called An Outfit?
Correct. I just leaded this short film, and it's about postpartum depression and body image. It is also one of those projects that make me feel like I'm going in the right direction. It resonates with me. It resonates with the type of projects I want to keep doing moving forward, things that impact society in a positive way and create awareness over things that aren't spoken about much. Um, and right now it's being submitted to a lot of festivals. It's going through festival circuits. So very excited for that.
It also says amor, and I'm trying to think of my Spanish numbers here. 266 milas. Is that
Mi
correct?
amor en 266 millas. Yes. It's a beautiful film. It's a dramedy. We shot it actually almost 4.5 years ago.
Oh,
Um, yes, it got lost in translation with the pandemic and whatnot, but we managed to release in the Dances with Film Festival. It was
mhm.
a great success. And now we're just waiting for distribution, and like hopefully everybody will be able to see it soon in a streaming channel. It's one of those projects that I feel very proud of. It's
Mhm.
lighthearted, it's fun, and I got to do it with a bunch of friends that I've been working with for the past 20 years. So yeah, it's one of those highlights as well.
I'm surprised to hear that it's been filmed, that it's been done for so long, that the system was done more recently than that or Casa Grande.
Yeah, it's a conversation in Puerto Rico. This was done in the United States, but in Puerto Rico, local projects operate with very minimum budget. And so when
Mhm.
it comes to releasing and distributing these projects, it tends to be a longer wait and a more difficult process to navigate. And so it's it's a beautiful thing that it got to be released, that it's a great project. The cinematography looks like it had millions of dollars behind it. The quality of the cast and the crew was impeccable. Everything was thought of and everyone was so invested in the project. So yeah, can't wait to be able to share it with everyone.
And my last question before I let you go has nothing to do with Casa Grande. It's you, the human being. What's the last concert that you went to for fun?
The last concert I went to for fun. Um, I took my mother to a concert of a very famous singer in Latin America called Pablo Milanés. May he
Mhm.
rest in peace. This was last year. He passed away recently from cancer, and I grew up with his music. It's revolutionary music. It's music for the mind and for the soul, for people to liberate themselves from the limitations that society has established upon them. And yeah, it was a great concert. It was in California, in Glendale, and it was beautiful. So if you want to learn a bit more about Latin music, Pablo Milanés, it's a great source. Amazing songwriter.
I have some homework to do. Well, Laura, thank you for your time. Looking forward to whatever's coming next. Hope that we see more from Paola in the future, Casa Grande. But in the meantime, just keep up all the great work you're doing.
Thank you, Darren. I appreciate you having the space for me, and I hope to talk to you soon again.
Paltrocast.